My name's Dan Swartz, and I am, as Brian mentioned, the Human Capital Strategy Specialist for Project Lift. Project Lift is a unique turnaround initiative in Charlotte, North Carolina. We have 9 schools that create a feeder pattern into West Charlotte High School. And what makes this turnaround initiative so unique is that we have a public-private partnership. So we have some philanthropic leaders in Charlotte who have stood up and said that the achievement gap needs to be closed. And so they have raised a tremendous amount of money and partnered with Charlotte Mecklenburg Schools to bring this change around. And we have a goal of creating a 90% graduation rate at West Charlotte High School within 5 years. To do that, as you know, we need the best teachers to be a part of that turnaround initiative. And so partnering with Brian made tremendous sense. A great teacher in every classroom will help us achieve our goals. And so as every good principal knows, you're only as good as the talent within your building. And so we sought to extend the reach of the excellent teachers which we had. You can't find an excellent teacher for every classroom. There is a shortage, as you're probably well aware. And so opportunity culture made sense. We established a design for how to do this. We brought some schools together. 4 schools initially signed up to be a part of opportunity culture. They created design teams, and with those design teams, they created models that would fit their specific needs of the schools. While they were doing that, I was working on sort of the human resource side of things to create job descriptions, figure out how we're going to pay teachers more, even while we're on sort of that teacher pay scale, and also worked with different HR resource teams to identify how are we going to evaluate these individuals and how are we going to create these positions, all while staying within budget for the schools. And so we took about a year planning in order to do this, and schools came up with some really strong designs. We launched in February of 2012. No, February 2013, we launched our schools, and we actually hired for just about 20 positions. We are now planning for year 3 of this implementation. Through the course of a year and a half, we have seen teacher retention, we have seen teacher recruitment increase, and we have seen job satisfaction increase. And those are all very strong indicators to a very successful opportunity culture. Because of the findings that we have seen initially, Charlotte Mecklenburg Schools, one of the largest school districts, have also adopted opportunity culture, and they have brought on 17 additional schools as well. This year, nearly all of our Project Lift schools have adopted opportunity culture because they have seen from their peers the value that it brings, not only from a retention standpoint, but a recruitment standpoint with teachers. One of the big questions we always hear is, how did you do that within current dollars? How did you that Mecklenburg schools, and I'm sure in every other school, principals have the opportunity to make choices based for staffing. You know, they can create an extra teacher, they can add more paraprofessionals. What we did was we added to the menu list of what principals could create, and we added multi-classroom leadership. We added reach teachers, either through blended learning or through the use of paraprofessionals. And so through that sort of menu choice, the principals and the design teams were able to create these positions. We filled these positions. We had a very strong candidate pool initially, even when it was brand new and people hadn't really sort of heard of this concept. This year, again, we saw an increase in candidates not only in the quantity but also in the quality of candidates. And so there's been a very strong response from all of the teachers within the schools and all of the teachers that have heard about opportunity culture. It's one of our big selling points within Project Lift.